What is going on? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the standings once again. Now, it's tradition, as soon as we get down to the postseason, every week we take a look at the MLB standings and see where the teams are kind of at. So let's start with this American League, starting with the leaders. Once again, the last week for these guys has been pretty tough, I'm not going to lie. They haven't really been playing the best baseball. The Tigers, currently the best team in the American League, are 5-5 in their last 10. Currently on a one-game losing streak, so honestly not too bad from them. They should bounce back. I mean, I think the Tigers are going to be the best team, so shouldn't have a problem there. The Toronto Blue Jays are in that second seed right now. They've been 4-6 in their last 10. Currently have a series versus Colorado, so should be an easy week for them. They should be able to bounce back pretty quickly, but the Red Sox are slowly catching them as well, so that's definitely something to keep your eye on. And the Astros haven't been playing well. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They do have a series versus Miami they are playing, so hopefully they can get back in the win column, but Seattle's only 2 games back, so they definitely got to pick up the pace a little bit if I'm the Astros. So do I see these AL leaders being the same at the end of the season? Definitely the Tigers, the Blue Jays, and Astros, if they continue to play well throughout the rest of the season, they keep picking up W's, they keep winning series, then yes. If not, then that definitely could change. Now let's go on the AL wildcard, talking about the teams that could get into the leaders position. We start with the Boston Red Sox. Currently, they're on 8-2 in their last 10. They're currently on a 5-win streak. They're playing Kansas City right now. So once again, if they can keep this up, keep that momentum going, this team should be solid. And maybe I was a little bit too harsh on them during my trade deadline video, but they've been really solid since the whole break and since the deadlines, so that's definitely been a positive for Boston. The next team is the New York Yankees. They haven't really been good since the trade deadline. They just lost 3 in a row to the Miami Marlins, which isn't good. They play 3 versus the Texas Rangers. That's a huge series for both of those teams. You know, sweep could be a big decider moving forward. We'll wait and see what happens versus that series, but that could be really key for the Yankees. The Yankees, once again, they're 4-6 in their last 10, so still haven't played the best. And the last team in the AL wildcard is the Seattle Mariners, but once again, I feel like they could do really good. They do play the White Sox coming up, so that should be an easy series for them. And they're 5-5 in their last 10, so I feel like they've been playing good baseball, especially with their new additions. I feel like they definitely got a shot, even for the division at this point. So those are our 6 teams that are currently in the playoffs right now. We take a look at the rest of the guys. The only other team I think that could get in is going to be the Texas Rangers. You know, they're only 2 out when I'm recording this video. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They did just lose the series to Seattle, so that wasn't good for them. We'll see if they can bounce back versus New York, but you never know. You know, I think this race is probably going to go down at the end of the season, in my opinion. I really like this Texas team, and with the additions they added in the pitching, you know, they could definitely be a good squad. So I would say it's about a 7-team race. Everyone from Texas and down is probably eliminated at this point. I know it's only 3.5 games or whatever, but man, I just don't think you're going to jump a lot of teams. It's hard to jump these teams. Yeah, so I'd say it's about 7 teams in the American League. The other teams, we'll see them in the offseason, but let's go on to the National League. Now let's start with these NL leaders in the National League. Once again, these teams looked really solid. I think the Brewers especially have been one of the best teams in the league by far. They're definitely playing really well. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're currently playing Atlanta for a 3-game series, so we'll see how they do against them. They've been extremely good. Their underrated talent, like always, is coming through, so definitely exciting to see them back in the postseason, and they might have the #1 seed as well. They're coming with the next team. We do have the Los Angeles Dodgers. Once again, they're 6-4 in their last 10, and they're playing St. Louis for their upcoming series. So the Dodgers, once again, should be fine. I mean, it's not really a problem. The divisions are kind of close in the NL. I will say that. That's mainly what the teams are fighting for, is the seeding and the division title. The 6 teams are basically locked at this point. The Philadelphia Phillies, once again, they've been playing okay. They're 5-5 right now, currently winning the East. They play Baltimore for 3, so we'll see how they can do against Baltimore. You know, they're kind of the weakest division winner right now, but it's definitely going to be close between them and the Mets. Let's take a look at the NL wildcard right now, and as you guys can see, it's pretty close to the leaders. I'm not going to lie. The Central's 2 games, the West is 3 games, and the East is like 1 game. So very close for the division titles. And that's mainly what these teams are playing for. So let's go with the Cubs. They're currently the best wildcard team. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They are currently playing the Cincinnati Reds for a key series. So we'll see what happens there. Once again, if the Reds could get a nice sweep, that would definitely help them out a lot, but you never know. With the New York Mets up next, they currently have the 5th seed. They once again are 5-5 in their last 10, and they are playing Cleveland. So that should be a good series for them. They should get back in the win column, hopefully. Shouldn't be too many problems. And the last team we have is the San Diego Padres, obviously coming off a really good trade deadline for them. And they're 7-3 in their last 10, currently playing Arizona. So those are definitely games they should win for sure. But these 6 teams are basically locked. I don't think anyone really has a shot really being this wild card, to be honest. So if we look at the teams out of the postseason, we can see the Cincinnati Reds are 4 games out. They're currently the closest team. They play the Cubs, though, so if the Cubs can take that series 2-1 or 3-0, it's probably all done for the Reds, honestly. The rest of the teams are 6 games out. I don't think it's going to happen. I know we still have like 30, 40 games left, but even then you would have to go on a crazy streak and start winning some series. So I personally don't see the Reds really getting there. Once again, I would say it's really 6 teams. Like, I really don't see the Reds doing it, and everyone else I don't see either. I guess you can say from the Reds down, all the other teams are probably irrelevant. We'll probably see those teams in the offseason, but I guess you can include the Reds. I don't know, I'm kind of iffy on it. Half of me wants to include them, half of me doesn't want to include them. What do you guys think about these standings? I mean, it's pretty much like 13 teams. Like, I feel like it's pretty obvious this year who's going to get in already. So I feel like we haven't seen that in quite some time with the new format with 3 teams in the wildcard instead of 2. I feel like it hasn't been this obvious in quite some time. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think it's really obvious, or do you think that some of these teams on the outside have a shot like the Rangers and like the Reds? Well, with that being said, let me know how you guys think the next week is going to go in Major League Baseball. Obviously, a lot of games still to play. If you can get a streak going, you can put your team right back in. So that is definitely key. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.